Overbay. He's 4 for 6 with 107 yards passing, a 30-yard touchdown strike right there at the end of the quarter. The rushing stats for Tennessee High. Cade Mitchell carrying most of the load, 4 rushes for 32 yards. Darius Urey, 2 rushes for no yards. C.J. Hess has 2 rushes for 8 yards, and then we get into the second level of players and to Cortland Carter, who has 6 rushes for 35 yards, the quarterback for Tennessee High. So all in all, it's really been the quarterbacks making a difference in the ballgame. The 2 for Tennessee High and Jamie Lathrop for us, and also Aaron Rose and Alex Atkins.
And, we talked about that earlier on, that Jamie Lathrop is going to get his yards. He's going to get his touches. But we figured Cortland Carter would be the biggest difference maker tonight. But in my eyes, I feel like Tanner Overbay came in and did a heck of a job on that last drive just to come in and get the points on the board. Really to sling the ball all the way around the field. It felt like very methodical. I thought it would take away the running aspect whenever Tanner came in the game. But golly, did he come in and prove me wrong.
Another look here at first downs throughout the first half. Virginia High with 9 first downs, Tennessee High with 8. But they do lead Virginia High 17-10 at the half. Again, here at the halftime report, we try to keep you up to date with everything going on around the Southwest District, but we haven't been able to find a whole lot going on Twitter and throughout the internet. So we'll try to keep that. Try to get back to that when we can. All right, Mark, let's go ahead and talk about some adjustments. What adjustments does Virginia have to make to get better in the second half?
My honest opinion is the defensive side of the ball. I feel like Tennessee High has just found a way to keep us guessing the whole game. For us, I feel like we really need to come out, have a game plan, and be strong in it. But it's really difficult to do that whenever they have the 2 quarterbacks that are able to make plays in both aspects of the ball there. The offensive side of the ball, I feel like we've been great. We've been methodical. We've been able to run their defense out. And early on, it worked well for us. We were able to go ahead and tie up the game. But the problem is with this methodical offense, it's going to be hard to maintain that being down in this ball game. You can't run out the clock while you're down.
The good thing is it's only 1 possession, so you got to keep it within striking distance, and that's why this first drive is important for the Vikings or for the Bearcats. It might be the most important drive of the ball game whenever we get it kicked back off in the second quarter. So let's go ahead and take a look now. What about Tennessee High? What are you saying going into half of your Coach Mays?
If I'm Coach Mays, I'm pretty thrilled. I mean, honestly, I feel like the Virginia High really did a good job on us, but I'm congratulating both my quarterbacks today for doing a great job in what they needed to do. I'm on the defensive side of the ball. If I'm Coach Mays, I got to tell them, hey, that run's coming up the middle every single time. Be prepared to stop that and be able to be ready to make that a 2-yard gain instead of a 3-yard gain.
So, of course, Tennessee High on top 17-10 as we're in the halftime report. Let's take a quick look here. I keep going back to my roots, but a Hogo update here. Scores around the Hoga-Higgy district. Patrick Henry, the Rebels on top of Eastside, 21-6 at halftime. So Mark Palmer's got them riled up to take on Eastside. Bland leading Northwood 21-12 at the half. Chilhowie up 27-0 on Twin Springs. And that is about all that I have as far as score updates from the Hogo. George Wythe led Marion 14-0 before the Scarlet Hurricane has scored 13 unanswered. So that game's going to be a good one. It's 2 of the top horses to pick. If you were back in the day in the Hoga-Higgy, those were the 2 you have to choose to pick the championship. Of course, they're not in the Hogo anymore. So good game, though, tonight between George Wythe and Marion. It's the Virginia High Bearcat Band out on the field playing their halftime show on the 101st VT game. And with that, we'll continue on with the halftime show right after this. We'll go to a college football, and then we'll go to what you can expect in the second half after this quick commercial break.
Listen to Virginia High School football on your computer or mobile device at Spreaker.com/Bearcat Radio.
Hi, I'm Dustin Lynch. You don't have to listen to country music to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you just can't control, like your girlfriend running out on you with your best friend. But there's some drama that you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and start moving towards a brighter future and even your college degree.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School Athletics.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Halftime Report. Dylan Hunting with Mark Harr, 17-10. Tennessee High out in front. As we're down to about 5 minutes to go until the start of the third quarter. Some scores around the FBS football level. Of course, Memphis UCF postponed due to the hurricane coming in later on tomorrow morning. UCF having to postpone that one. This one just kicked off. South Alabama hosting Oklahoma State. The number 11 team in the country had to go to South Alabama, so that is odd. They are at the 26-yard line, 12:07 to go in the first. South Alabama lost to Ole Miss last week, 47-27. Ohio trailing Purdue 3-0, 12:42 to go in the first quarter. And at halftime, Alcorn State tied with FIU and the Butch Davis squad 7-7. So some games tomorrow. I know Mark will be excited. Of course, his Vols in action. My Ole Miss Rebels are playing. App State's playing at home. So everybody playing at home, it seems like, for week 2. West Virginia and East Carolina, that could be an interesting game. We'll go ahead and get Mark's opinion on some of these ball games. Louisville going to UNC. What do you think about that one?
I think Lamar Jackson's really good, but I don't think Lamar Jackson has anybody but Lamar Jackson. And at some point, that's going to catch up to him, especially in that ACC conference. I'm not going to lie to you. I slept on the ACC until Monday night. So I feel like Lamar Jackson is probably the best player in college football. But I don't think it's going to hold up for the duration of the season.
I would be more eager to pick UNC had they not lost last week to Cal. Not that Cal's a bad team, but I thought UNC would come out on top, and it worries me. So I'm going to have to go with Louisville in that game as well. Some other games going on. Not a whole lot, really. Another ACC battle, Wake Forest and Boston College at 1 o'clock. That could be an interesting
game.
one.
You got your Auburn and Clemson game.
You got Pitt and Penn State, the number 4 team in the country, at Happy Valley to face their rival. 3:30 p.m. kickoff for that one.
I slept on James Franklin for too long at Vanderbilt, I guess is what happened to me.
TCU and Arkansas, that could be a good ball game. TCU a 3-point favorite, 23 in the country. They head to Arkansas. 3:30 kick for that ball game. UCLA hosts Hawaii at 5 o'clock after that huge comeback over Texas A&M last week.
He was out of bounds on the last touchdown there, Dylan.
Then the big game, biggest game of the week other than Oklahoma and Ohio State. Number 13, Auburn. Number 3, Clemson in Death Valley. Clemson a 5-point favorite at home over the Tigers. 7 o'clock kick for that one. That'll be a good game.
I think Auburn comes away with that one. Beating Kent State's great and all, but I don't think it's going to carry over to this week. I feel like Auburn's a different beast.
Auburn is a good football team, and I think we'll see that on tomorrow night. Number 5, Oklahoma. Number 2, Ohio State. Ohio State's a 7.5-point favorite.
I got to go with Baker Mayfield. I think he's 38 years old into his 38th year at the University of Oklahoma. But I got to go with him there.
Yeah, I'm saying Boomer Sooner on that one, too. Of course, I was saying go Hoosiers last week, so you can't take much credit from me. Number 15, Georgia, the Dogs. And Jake Fromm traveled to Notre Dame, number 24 in the country, 7:30 kick. I like Georgia.
My good friend is a real big Georgia fan, so just for that matter, I'm going Notre Dame. Even though the Georgia fans do travel well, and they'll probably be up there, probably sitting right beside Touchdown Jesus. But I got to go Notre Dame on that one.
So you're going to go anti-SEC for the first time.
I hate Georgia.
Yeah, and USC Stanford tomorrow night around 9 o'clock.
Man, I thought losing Christian McCaffrey would be huge for them, but they haven't skipped a beat yet.
We just hit 2 minutes to go until we get to resume the second half of action, go into the third quarter. Let's get you a little stat update here. Virginia High, 142 yards passing, 122 rushing. Tennessee High had 221 yards rushing and 146 passing. So with that, or that's total yards, that is, 221 total, 146 passing. So one team getting it done on the ground, the other getting it done through the air, and we'll see by land or by flight who's going to win the second half. By ground or by air, whichever. Who's going to win the second half. And we're seeing right now the Vikings come back out onto the field, and the band marching their way off. 1:15 to go until the third quarter resumes. We'll be right back with the start of the second half of action between the Vikings and the Bearcats.
You're listening to Virginia High Bearcat football on Spreaker Radio.
Hey y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. I love that country music connects people all over this great nation, but unfortunately so does something else, childhood hunger. 15 million children struggle with hunger in America. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks works to rescue our surplus food to help provide billions of meals to families in need across the country. Join the fight against hunger at feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Can't get enough of Bearcat sports? Come to Buffalo Wild Wings at the Falls every Wednesday at 6:30 for the Bearcat Sports Chat. The voice of the Bearcats, Dylan Hutton, will talk with various Virginia High coaches and athletes each week on the radio, on location from Buffalo Wild Wings off Exit 5 in Bristol. Come enjoy wings while watching the show or listening right here on Spreaker.com. Bearcat Sports Chat, 6:30 p.m. at Buffalo Wild Wings at the Falls. Go Bearcats!
17-10, Tennessee High out in front as we get set for the start of the third quarter. We'll go back over to Mark Harr in just a second and ask him, what can we expect in the second half of football, Mark? What do you expect to see?
Well, I guess expecting and hoping are two completely different things, but I hope to come out and see a Virginia High team, of course, able to pound the middle like they were earlier, but also to see Jamie Lathrop just be able to air it out some. I want to see them come out, punch for Tennessee High in the mouth on this first drive, get some points back on the board, and keep it rolling all the way through the end of the game.
I think either way you got to do it. The way they were able to run the ball the last drive, they got to finish the drive, though. They had to settle for 3 points the last time they went down the field. It took a lot of time off the clock, and if you do that, you got to make sure you get more than 3 points.
Yeah.
And in a game like this, you can't settle for another field goal against Tennessee High. The way they were able to drive the ball down the field with Tan Overbay under center, he was excellent back there for the Vikings, and Cortland Carter came off for the final drive, and Overbay was able to drive them down the field, and he actually looked more efficient than Carter did passing the ball, and we'll see if they decide to do that. They've had success passing, while Virginia High has had success on the ground. And we talked in the pregame about Tennessee High and missed tackles. We've seen plenty of those tonight. We've seen 2 fumbles, but luckily for the Vikings, they were able to recover both of them and didn't get hurt by them, and that one ended up leading to a field goal after they were able to recover. So.
And Dylan, like I said, I'm not writing a script or anything about this game, but that's going to come back to burn them at one point in this game.
Yeah, they've had too many close calls in the fumbles. That's 10 fumbles on the year, and they've only had not 3 of them lost. So out of those 10, so hopefully the Vikings will turn it over a couple times and give Virginia High a little bit of breathing room as they trail 17-10. It's been a long half.
Dylan, I've got a perfect record on the line here. I'm trying to.
You do. Mark is 100% in broadcast for the teams he's pulling, or the teams he's working for. He's 2-0. Of course, that's not a real long streak to lay out, but it's longer than a 0-1 streak that you could have had.
2 wins is still a streak, Dylan.
Yeah, you started off with Bristol.
The Pirates got a win. That's what I'm talking about.
The Pirates got the win when Mark was here. Well, Mark did the broadcast with me over there, and we liked him so much I did that we decided to drag him over to football once I got the call. And it's been fun, buddy.
I've enjoyed it a lot. This has been great.
So we're fun. We're ready. We're excited to get back to it next week. I know Wise Central.
A little bit of a trek next week for us. Get to load up the Hyundais and go.
Load up the pack mules and get on out to Wise Central. But Be a fun football game next week.
It's a nice place up there, though. That's a great stadium to play in.
It's going to be a fun place, a new stadium there. I've never been to the new one, so we're almost set for football. 17 seconds, and the horn will blow, and we'll be back to it. And
I can't believe you haven't been, and I've been, and I'm from Northeast Tennessee, Dylan.
I've not been to the new. I've been to right when they consolidated. I went and had to broadcast a basketball game, back in 2013, and that's the last time I've been over there for a sporting event. So. Yep, you beat me to it. We're getting set for kickoff. 17-10, Virginia High trailing, and they're getting the ball.